What's going on, Dalton, Jonathan? How we doing, guys? We'll get everything kicked off in just a second. We're just getting the chat sources going. Mr. P, what's good? Anna, what's good? Alright, I think we're good. Hey, someone comment for me. Just do me a favor. Let me see if this is coming through to the multi-chat stream here. Someone, can you just say hi or something? Drop a like too, guys. We're at 0 right now. I think the most likes we ever got is like 125,000, which is that's a lot. DJ Truckin', I appreciate you, brother. It did come through, so thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you, DJ Trucker. And you guys know we're actually alive. This is not pre-recorded or anything like that, so let's start this off, guys. We've got a custom controller, so we're gonna go ahead and start building that. Builders are off on weekends, so I'm personally gonna do it. I am actually the owner of Get a Grip Gaming, so we're just gonna jump right in with this build here. It has some cool upgrades on it. So they've already got, designed by GGG, Get a Grip Gaming, they've already got our tactile face buttons, so it's gonna be a much better click for them. And they're also getting our tactile bumpers and triggers, aka mouse click bumpers and triggers, so we're gonna get that set up for them as well. Go ahead and start that process. We do actually make these, so I'm gonna go ahead show you guys like behind the scenes stuff on this. So for example, these right here, since this is straight from the press, we basically just got to file. There's like these little 2 plastic pieces at the bottom. We'll file those down so they're flat, and then I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So this is brand new out of the packaging. Just make sure it gets done on there. Yo, Riley's Custom Guitars, appreciate that follow, my friend. Thank you so much, guys. All right, let's get this installed. How's everyone's morning doing? What is today, Saturday? Yo, AD with the follow. Appreciate you, brother. Let's grab the right tweezers here. Irish Warrior shared the live. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you, my friend. How's the audio, guys? How we doing on audio? Guys, there's 202 of you in here with only 6 likes. Can someone show us some love? I appreciate you guys. Anthony says, I want a colorful LED lights with a clear case. Can you customize them and the analogs? Anthony, we don't actually do the clear case. Yo, Anthony with the #2 gift. Drip Squad with the #1 gift. Sin City Derek with the #1 gifter badge. Mark Jones with the #3 gifter. Guys, appreciate you. We don't do the clear cases, my friend. However, we can do custom orders like that. We would basically just have to get them in stock. Now, one thing we definitely don't do is the LED lights. The reason we don't do the LED lights, guys, is because that impacts the battery. We don't want that to happen. You know, it's like adding neon lights to a car and then it breaks your car engine. Yo, Tristan Fisher with the follow. Appreciate you, Tristan. Why would we ever just add neon lights to a car if it breaks the engine over time? You know what I mean? It just seems like a waste. Build a golden one. Ooh, that's clean. Company, we literally have our pro controllers. I'll grab it in a second here. It's basically golden though. It's the golden wave on there. All right, so we got this installed. I'm gonna get this in here too. Whoops. They did request us. So when you guys go to our website, and again, you guys can check out our website. Big Rich, appreciate that follow, my friend. You guys can check out our website. It's pinned on our TikTok bio. It's just getagripgaming.com. But one thing you'll know as you go through the customization process, towards the end section, it talks about haptics, aka like the vibration. Yo, Hunter Bicer, appreciate that follow, my friend. It talks about haptics, which is the controller vibration, like the rumble motors for these. And then it also talks about, there's like some built-in mic cables and so many things like that. How many times did bro throw that controller? No, Danny boy, we're actually customizing it. Yona, appreciate that follow. So we're adding mouse click bumpers and triggers on this one. They've got the tactile face buttons, and they're getting Hall effect joysticks, so this thing doesn't have stick drift. Big Rich, my friend, you need to literally wait like 5 days. Big Rich, wait 5 days, and we're gonna offer like the OG style controller, like 30th anniversary. You're gonna be loving that, my friend. We've got a post about it. If you want to check out one of our posts as well. Yo, Chop, appreciate that follow. Yeah, bro, that's gonna, and there's only gonna be 49 available for those. I'm sure they're gonna fly off the shelves though. So just sent you 2K plus, like, brother, we appreciate you, Sin City Derek. Guys, shout out to Sin City Derek with all those likes. We appreciate you. Rudy, thank you for the follow. Big Rich says, wow, okay, I just came across you here. Oh, you're new? Okay, nice, man. Yeah, be on the lookout. Check out our post, brother. Give us a follow. I think it's one of the most recent posts we've done is the OG style controller. But for sure, you need to take a screenshot, whatever, send us an email. We'll get you going with the OG style controller. All right, let me get 2 of these screws in. Yo, Owen, appreciate that follow. Big Rich, the starting price for those has yet to be determined because what we're going to do is customize that on an order-to-order specific flow, okay? So, Rich, how that's going to work? Yo, Owen with the flower, with the rose. It's past Valentine's Day, but we appreciate you, Owen. Big Rich, here's how it's going to work, okay? You'll pick the base, like the base shell with that color. And then once you're done with that, you're going to select your upgrades. Like if you want Hall Effect joysticks, if you want 2 paddles, 4 paddles, the world's first 8 remappable buttons, like you'll be able to customize it as you see fit, and then that will impact your price. However, I want everyone to note, if you guys head to our website, right now, you guys contact us, like you go to the contact us page, you basically put in, I think it's your first name and your email. We will literally email you guys a 10% off discount. It's my mom's credit card. Oh, and brother, don't do that with your mom's credit card. I hope you're joking. But he sent some roses. He sent some chilies. He sent another rose, some GGs. We appreciate you, Owen. Look, man, don't get me in trouble with your mom, okay? He's saying, what you doing? Brother, we are customizing a controller. So I'm actually the owner, guys, of Get a Grip Gaming. You guys can check out the website, getagripgaming.com. Just get a grip, guys. Get a grip gaming. We only do PS5 for the time being, Tay-Tay. But we are going to launch Xbox later this year. We've actually, we're in development right now on some really exciting things, which is going to be useful for, whoops, forgot a couple things. It's going to be useful for both Xbox and PS5 and PS4. So we're really pumped about that. Once that's done in development, we're going to fast track and release some pretty fun stuff. In fact, guys, we're going to start doing GameCube controllers too. For all my GameCube fanatics out there, you guys are in luck. We're gonna do some really cool stuff with that. All right, so I'm getting the these are basically the inserts for the mouse click triggers. So I've got to get these installed on the triggers here, and then we're gonna get the mouse click flex. That's what I like to call that, the flex installed. Okay. There we go, both sides. Journeyman Grace, I'm the owner of Get a Grip Gaming. Builders are off on the weekends and it's super early, so I wanted to crank out some of these orders that we had come in. Just myself, you know? So we fully customized PS5 controllers right now. We even have some DIY stuff. Like if you guys want to get Hall Effect joysticks from us, you know, they're quality and legitimate. Like we do sell those too. We have raised menu buttons, split D-pads. Like you can go to the website. Build with Ross says, why not just buy the Edge? What's the difference between yours and Sony's Edge? Great question. Okay. So to answer that, the motherboard on the Edge is completely different. The way that the Edge works is they have stock potentiometers, which get stick drift all the time. Those are installed on their motherboards. Technically not, because you can separate them from the board. But every time you get stick drift, you have to buy another joystick module and insert it in there. Now, the problem with that is one, they're always out of stock on their website because third-party sellers buy those up and then they double the price to sell it back to you guys. So it usually ends up being like $40 per joystick with them. What we do is we just install these from the get-go, which are stick drift resistant. Okay, you're not going to get stick drift if you have Hall Effect joysticks or the TMR joysticks. Can you cut a controller in half so that we're not forced? Huh? Uncle Ray, what are you talking about? Zach Smith, appreciate that follow. Journeyman Grace with the follow. And Nicholas Lecure with the follow. I've had a terrible experience with another company, so looking for a new one. Big Rich, brother, you'd love us. I'm not going to lie. Look what they need to mimic a fraction of keyboard and mouse. Wukong, we do have 8 remappable buttons. But brother, you know, it's just personal preference. Like, some people just don't like using keyboard and mouse. You know what I mean? What's your price of DualSense 2 with Hall effects? What do you mean DualSense 2? A little bit confused with that. If you guys just want one of our controllers with Hall effect joysticks, that's going to save you a ton. Save you a ton. Alright, we're going to get the mouse click insert locked in here. Sorry if you hear some blowing, guys. Stick drift has been killing me lately. Brother, you're going to want to watch one of our pinned videos on TikTok that talks about Hall effect and TMR joysticks. Thanks for the answer. I've had mine for about a year with no issue. How long does it take to go bad? Build with Ross, it depends on the user. What, can I ask what games you're playing with it? Because some people like never experience stick drift. Some people deal with stick drift all the time. We've had a few people come in on this live saying they bought like 6 controllers that year because every 2 months they would get stick drift. No joke. They promptly put in an order with us, and this was probably 3 or 4 months ago, and we haven't heard back from them, which is good. Yeah, Journeyman Grace. I'll do that in just a second, bro. Do they work with PS5? Of course, guys. These are actually PS5 boards right here. Bashir, appreciate that follow, brother. Bashir, you dealt with stick drift, right? How long have you been dealing with that? We are, guys, everything we do is in the United States. We're based out of Ohio. By the way, if you put in an order today, it's going to be assembled and shipped out to you guys within 2 days. It's been some months now. Nice. Right now, 2,077. Huh? Yeah, I mean, you guys know the custom controller world. It can get a little bit pricey, but it's just because of all the work that we do. Yo, XX Glock, appreciate that follow. Like, you guys can see how much work was being done just on this controller, and you're not even seeing the part where we soldered on the joysticks, you know, the Hall effect joysticks. That does take a long time. There's 56 pins. Okay, there's 14 on each side, so in and out, that's 28 times 2. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. That's what you're playing. Okay. Yeah, if you're playing like an FPS game, where you're constantly moving your thumb, like super fast movements, your joysticks are going to get worn in a little bit more than if you're playing a slightly more casual game like Cyberpunk, even though I know it can get fast paced. But those people who are playing like Apex Legends, you know, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, they're like constantly flicking the sticks back and forth and pressing them down. That's going to wear out your joysticks more. It's like brakes on a car. Like, if you're gentle with your brakes on a car, they're going to last you like 15 years. But if you brake really hard and late, and you're always doing that kind of stuff, you might need new brakes like every 7 years. You know what I mean? Or even sooner. Gosh, my aunt gets her brakes replaced like every 5 years. Every time she almost comes to a stop, we think she's going to hit the car in front of her, and then she just slams on the brakes. Alright guys, let's listen to these mouse clicks. Well, my controller cooked. Brother, you were in the right place then. Oh yeah, there's those. In fact, we're actually done with the inner parts of this controller. Now it's to the fun customization part. So I'm going to grab the front shell here. It's already got the touchpad in and the joystick rings in. It's going to look pretty cool, guys. We've got to get the rest of these buttons in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Tell you what, it's so much harder building these with a phone in front of your face. UK, appreciate that follow, brother. Are you based in the UK or are you United States? Because we do, guys, everything we do is in the United States for the time being. Alright, let's get those in. Let's get the menu buttons in. There we go. Now, we need a couple inserts. Do you have the gray case for the edge? Built with Ross, if you want to see like an OG style controller that's literally coming in like 5 days, guys. It stands for you know. Okay, man. Hey, that's fair. We've seen some crazy usernames come through, so we just never know. Right? Where's everybody from, by the way? We're out of Ohio. Anybody else in the Midwest? Taco Steeler says, that's funny. I was just making a mock purple controller. That's hilarious. Tennessee, Florida? Okay. LA. Dude, you are up late in LA then. Guys, we just do PS5 for the time being. We are in development on stuff for both Xbox and PS5. Oh, you're from Ohio, brother. That's awesome. Indiana, cool. West Virginia, Atlanta, Georgia, another Pennsylvania. South Texas. 358. Yo, no kidding, Anthony. Missouri. Wait, hold on. What is MO? Is that Montana? Hold on. There's a lot of M's. So there's Minnesota, Montana, Mississippi. Oh, Georgia. Missouri, okay. Alright guys, so this is basically what you do. You see these right here? Yo, Kentucky, Jamie, appreciate you. MO is Missouri? Okay, thank you, Bashir, guys, appreciate that. We focus on controllers, not the abbreviations of states. Jamie, thank you for the follow. Is it possible to make an Xbox controller design for PS5 console? Essentially, you can get a adapter to use a PS5 controller on Xbox. Bill with Ross, appreciate that follow, brother. I thought you already followed. Yo, Brandon McNeil, he says, what's up, brother? Atlanta, Georgia, got you, brother. Just like that, we're gonna plop it into place, okay? Yo, Mason, appreciate that follow. You guys hear this? Can you guys hear that? That's awesome. They're gonna love that. They probably play an FPS game, and those mouse click bumpers and triggers just help with gameplay a ton, so much faster. So we're gonna get those locked into place as well. We'll do the other side. How do I buy a controller? Brandon, that's a good question. He's not a paid actor, guys. Head on over here to our TikTok. It's in our bio, okay? If that link does not work for you guys, it's in our bio. It's simply just getagripgaming.com. GGG, getagripgaming.com. Coomer says, any Xbox mouse click triggers? Guys, fun fact, we're literally developing them now. Brandon, appreciate that follow. Yo, July Y3000 with the follow. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. All right, let me check some things with this order. Give me just a hot second here. I need to see if they want the speakers in. Okay, they do want the speakers. They do want the cables. Gabar, yeah, we do, brother. You guys want to take a look at the automatic screwdriver right here? It's called the Vessel. Yo, Dreamer Official, appreciate that follow. DOA Cash, appreciate that follow. My Atlanta, Georgia fella. Yeah, it's nice, bro. It's nice. All right, we're gonna get that in, guys. Again, they had us cut some of these wires here, so we're not actually gonna need them. And one thing that not a lot of people know is you are going to need to take this off when you do these modifications. So it's actually funny. I'm using like a dental pick for this. Works wonders though. And then you sort of just peel off the rest of that. So we're just gonna take that off. Yo, Tay, with that follow, Tay, we appreciate you. Tree Frog 826 with the follow. Do you do custom controllers like Call of Duty Black Ops 6? Brandon, we do. If you check out our website, Brandon, you can customize your controller however you want. However, we don't have like, oh, it's a Black Ops 6 logo on the controller. These are Hall Effect, guys. In fact, all three controllers I'm going to do tonight are Hall Effect joystick. Yo, Mike81F, appreciate that follow. Jaden Pierce with the follow. Welcome in, guys. Welcome to the GGG fam. Alright, making sure these are lined up on the inside. We're looking good. Alright, let's go through this list. Whoops, guys, you made me install the wrong one. Hold on. See this one? That's going to go in a later model. The one I actually want is this guy right here. So what I'm going to do is just pop off the joysticks and use this same board that we were working with, since we already took that little membrane off. Yo, J Mitch, appreciate that follow. What temperature is this solder iron? I don't have it on right now. Do you have controllers that are already done, or can you customize my controller? Yo, Taco Steelers, that's a really good question. Let me put these joysticks on and I'm going to answer that, okay? But the answer is we do have pre-built Pro controllers, and there's 4 different variations of those. So this is one of our pre-built Pro controllers, guys. Okay, so this has Hall Effect joystick standard. It's got tactile face buttons like this. It's got mouse click bumpers and triggers. And the 4 variations of this is no paddles, 2 paddles, 4 paddles and 8 remappable buttons. Okay, it's the world's first 8 remappable buttons on PS5. People love that stuff. All right, so there's the joystick caps right there. All right, nice. Let's get those installed. We're basically just going to press this down, and then we've got the touchpad. Whoops, touchpad ribbon cable that we're going to pop in right here, just like that. And then we grab the battery case. That's going to be the next one. Guys, when people ask how much, it really just depends, since everything we do is custom. It's like going to a restaurant and saying, like, how much is food? And they're like, well, what are you ordering? You know, it really just depends. Like, if you get a soup and salad with water, it's going to cost you a lot less than if you get the T-bone steak. You know what I mean? Guys, we do not do anything Xbox yet for customization. However, we do restock. Excuse me, we switch out the joysticks to TMR joysticks if you guys are interested in that. And guys, like I said, if you send us an email, you know what, let's just do this. Who wants 10% off? Let's just do this. Hold on. Yo, Sweetness with the follow. DC Chaos with the follow. Alex with the follow. Me with the... Oh, never mind. He's just saying me. Andrew Keith with the follow. Hold on, guys. Let me make a comment here. I've got to comment this one. Okay, comment. Hold on. I'm going to need you guys to screenshot soon, okay? I think this is the right one. Okay. Pin this comment. Okay, you guys see this? You guys see this comment? That is 10% off, okay? 10% off. Yo, Steven with the follow. Appreciate you. Do you only modify the Xbox OEM controller, or can it be aftermarket? Mike, we don't do... Oh, you're saying to do the TMR joysticks? We usually just do the Xbox OEM. If it's from a different company, we don't really do that. Doa Cash brother, you unfollowed and followed us back. Don't do that. You mainly play sports games. Which controller would be best? Taco Steelers, you're probably going to want a controller with at least Hall effect joysticks, so it lasts. Tay, thank you. First time buyer, that's right. Only PS5, Zachary, that's right. For the time being. We're going to come out with other stuff very, very soon, guys. Alright, I'm going to do what's called pre-testing here. This is basically just make sure that the controller is working before we do the rest of it. So I'm testing out touchpad. I'm doing the triggers here. Okay, all the buttons look really good. We're going to do the share button, looking good. Start button, good. Joysticks click, which is amazing. Looking circular. We're going to fine-tune those in a bit. What's the last thing I need to check here? Got to check the bumpers, so... Nice. Guys, everything's working great. Usually it works great, so... We always want to check though. Okay, now the last two things we need to do before we get things closed up on this controller is the mic cables here. Life Rainy says, can I get the employee discount code? Life by Rainy, we just sent out the 10% off code in chat. Justin has sloppy handwriting, became the number 7 member of the team. Brother, we appreciate you. He says JK. Tristan Fisher, you actually put the bumpers on after you put the back shell on. Fun fact. Kobe says, my left bumper quit working. Any reason why that will happen? Kobe, where's your controller from? Like, is it a stock controller? Like, just a normal controller? You never even used the controller? Huh? Explain a little bit more on that one, my friend. Help me help you. Alright, that one is installed. We're gonna get this guy in here too. She's looking purty though, guys. She's looking good. Alright, we're gonna get the back shell now. Justin, that is 100% correct. In fact, we're doing a 10% off for anyone who does the repair and controller mail-in. All you have to do is send us an email. Technically, if you use that code that I put in chat, that will suffice as well. Yo, Nathaniel, appreciate that follow. Oh, Justin, we just customized PS5 for the time being. Have you named the controller already? No, I have not, Anthony. I have not. King Or, appreciate that follow, brother. All right, guys, let's get this closed up. I mean, I'm not gonna name it. This is this customer's. They can name it whatever they want. Yo, MXA Gaming, appreciate that follow, brother. All right, so just like that, get the thing closed. Close this side as well. Can you see the paddle setup? Yeah, give me just a second, bro. Hold on. Let me find one. We've always got these around here. Okay, what he's asking for, guys, is to look at the paddles. This is one of our pro controllers. So by default, this has Hall effect joysticks, tactile face buttons, mouse click bumpers and triggers. And then this actually has 4 remappable paddles on it. Remappable means that you guys can make these whatever you want. Okay, make them whatever you want. Kobe, we don't do Xbox, my friend. Yeah, these are mouse click bumpers and triggers. Digital triggers, mouse click bumpers and triggers, tactile, basically the same thing. Everybody calls them different things. Way faster in shooting games, guys. Like, if you shoot with the bumpers or the triggers, having these in FPS games, first-person shooters, is awesome. Hugo says, get out of here. Truly Blue, appreciate that follow. You've never even seen extra buttons on the back. Taco Steelers, bro, we have 8 remappable buttons. You guys want to see that? This is going to look wild to some of you guys. Okay, so this controller right here, guys, kind of the first of its kind. We took off the trim, but this one has 8 remappable buttons. It's got the mouse click bumpers and triggers. This one has TMR joysticks. 8 remappable buttons, so your thumbs stay on the thumbsticks at all points in time. Okay, so here's the whole goal with this. We've got 6 on the back, and then we've got 2 up top, which are really easy for like convenience purposes. Way better. The whole reason we want to do the 8 remappable buttons is so that you don't have to play claw like this and press all the buttons and hold your controller really weird and get arthritis. Essentially, you'll keep your thumbs on the thumbsticks for as long as possible and not have to press the face buttons. Actually, we do not have Xbox just yet. So to press those back buttons where your fingers already are really easy to do, plus the 2 up top here as well, just so much easier, guys. A lot of people really love the 8 remappable buttons. But we've got a ton of fun stuff. Like the raised menu buttons, like these are much taller. We have those in black, gray, and white. Those allow you to press those so much easier. Yo, Gamer Pro, appreciate that follow. When I need something like that, Ashley, I know. We're gonna hopefully get those soon. The next thing we're coming out with, guys, is actually like a full stack GameCube suite. We've been in development on that for a bit. And then we're also doing like the OG style PS5 controller. So it looks like the 30th anniversary. It's gonna look awesome. Astro, appreciate that follow. All right, let me put that back down. Guys, we're almost done with this one. So we need to screw in 4 little screws on this controller, get it closed up. And then I would encourage you guys to head on over to our YouTube. The reason I would encourage you guys to head on over to our YouTube is because you're going to be able to fully see the calibration process very cleanly on our YouTube live as well, which we are on right now. We're going to show you guys the fine-tuning calibration process to how to perfectly center these joysticks. Now, if you guys want help with your current controller stick drift, this will be a temporary fix for you guys. But it's helped so many people that we keep sharing it, and people love us for it. So again, if you head over to the YouTube, we are going to show that calibration process. It's like basically the same video that's pinned on our TikTok channel, the first video, and you guys will be able to see how that process is done. Yo, Kato, appreciate that follow. Justin with the team bracelet, 3 of them. Awesome. Alright guys, let's get the bumpers in here. And again guys, we're going to start the calibration process in about 40 seconds here. Nice. Looks really good, guys. Anyone want to guess what color trim they got? Who wants to guess what color trim they got? I'll give you 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5. Gold? No. Actually, you have to custom ask for the gold. That's only on our pro controllers. Green? We don't even have green, ironically. Hulk? It's the light purple. It's just a nice little accent there. Chulo Drew, correct. Yeah, the controller looks awesome, guys. There we go. We finally got this go down. What do you guys think? Why don't you install TMRs? They didn't want it. But we have that as an option. Literally, they picked Hall Effect instead of the TMR. We could do either one, though. This particular client just wanted the Hall Effect. Secure, we don't do PS4 for the time being. We are going to do that later. Irish Warrior, we have that as an option, my friend. Look, that's TMR. This is Hall Effect. So they can pick it from the website. You know what I mean? I want mine hydro dipped with cherry blossom. Kato, we'll do stuff like that in the future for sure. Do you have a PS5 controller? This is PS5. Our TMR is better. Irish Warrior, I would say so. From my experience. I mean, look, guys. When we're talking like which one's better, Hall Effect is like 8.5. TMRs are like 9 out of 10. Like flawless would be 10. Yeah, the purple one looks sweet. Potentiometers are like a 1.5 out of 10. They're just trash. Sweet controller though, guys. And again, everything comes with a 1-year warranty for what we do. If you get the Hall Effect or TMR joysticks are included as well. This is the custom carrying case that comes with all of our orders. And one thing people love is our 6-foot braided cable. It's literally 10 bucks. Let me find one. Look at this. This works with your phone and your controller, guys. We had a guy reach out to us and say, hey, none of my cords work for my PS5, or like it keeps falling out or it broke. He ordered one from us and it literally fixed his issue immediately. He says, I love it. I'm like, of course you do. Todd, appreciate that share, brother. Your paddles, why do they come with a back piece? What do you mean back piece? You talking about this guy right here? Whoops, that's the wrong one. I put the other one on the ground. You can see how I get confused. This one right here, that's because all the technology is underneath of this. Alright guys, let's get to the calibration process. So here's how this is going to work, okay? I'm going to plug this in just like so. We're going to wait for it to pop up on the website. I'm going to try, I can't show you guys both, so I'm going to have to just show you guys the website and you'll have to understand what I'm doing. Now, if you head on over to our YouTube, you're going to be able to see me work with the controller and the website, okay? Because it's really hard to do both with just this one view that I have. So let's go ahead and do that, all right? If we take you guys on over here, you guys can see the website a little bit. Do you guys see when I click this, how it's activating? You guys see this? How it's activating on those different things? If I press these different buttons. However, do you guys see these joysticks right here? How they're not exactly perfect? We're gonna fix that, okay? So this is the joystick calibration that I'm talking about. Appreciate you people on YouTube. I am gonna switch the view so you guys can see this. All right, do you guys see that on YouTube now? Plus, you get the nice vertical view of like the PC and the full desk. It's actually a good view on YouTube. All right, let's go ahead and fix this. All right, the same process that you guys have seen in the TikTok video. You're gonna head to this secondary website. It's DualShock Calibration GUI. If you Google that, you're gonna come to this site. So we will look to do this, connect it, and we're basically gonna do 3 things here. Okay. The first one is calibrate the stick center. Can you guys see how these are not perfectly centered right now? We're gonna fix that. What's YouTube? It's the same name, guys. It's just Get a Grip Gaming. Get a Grip Gaming on YouTube. If you search that, drop us a subscribe on there. It's free. We don't do anything with the subscribes on there. But it just allows you guys to view us better. Especially if you're on YouTube one day and you don't want to hop on TikTok. Alright, so we'll follow the instructions. So essentially this says move both sticks to the top left. We'll do that. Hit continue. We'll do the top left, top right, bottom left, and then bottom right. Okay, hit continue. We're going to do the bottom left now. Continue this. And then the bottom right. Just like that. Hit continue. Now you guys can see how these are much better, okay? And we haven't even done the range yet. I do something called flicking the sticks. Let's just make sure that this is actually centered, because if you slowly come back to the center, it's gonna mess up the ranges. So you just flick the sticks to calibrate these better. All right, so now we're gonna calculate the range. If you guys were to check out the range for one of these right now, see how bad it is? We're gonna fix that, okay? So we'll uncheck that, and then we're gonna calibrate the range on this. You basically just rotate the stick slowly to cover the whole range, and that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do 3 to the right, and then 3 to the left, clockwise and then counterclockwise. So there's our 3 there, and we are gonna do this one more time, because these are brand new joysticks. And then there's a new mode with this, which is fine tuning, which I'm really excited about. So we're gonna test that live. Super pumped about that. And for everyone on TikTok, the best view of this right now is on our YouTube. It's literally the same name. It's Get a Grip Gaming. We are live on there, and they're seeing the full process rather than just on like a mini screen. So if we save those changes, check out the circularity. All right, so watch this. The circularity is pretty darn good on these, and that's because we're phenomenal at installing these Hall Effect joysticks. So honestly, we probably wouldn't even need to do these again. These are really good average errors, but we can head on over to this site and just test out the circularity one more time. You can see how when I flick these, they automatically go back to 0.00392. I can't find how to customize my controller on your website. Brandon, what page are you on, friend? Honestly, guys, these are really good. We can do this one more time just to show you guys. So you disconnect and reconnect. We're going to calibrate the range one more time. C-Dub Golden says, I'm here from TikTok on YouTube. Brother, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, what do you guys think of this view? It's got a different view. You see the PC, you see the full desk. And again, we're just doing this one more time because these are brand new installed Hall Effect joysticks. I'm ignoring your... Brother, hold on. You know I'm currently calibrating. And it's not bulky and smooth. What do you want me to say to that? You're shouting out a competitor? What do you want me to say to that, Irish Warrior? The Pro controllers come calibrated. Guys, everything we do is calibration. Like, when you get a controller from us, it's completely done. Unless you guys, of course, get the DIY, which is do-it-yourself. Then, obviously, it's it's not. Okay, this is the new thing that this website has, which is the fine-tuning the calibration. So, essentially, you can drop the center X and the center Y. You guys can see how this RX, see how it has, like, that... It's moving a little bit. It's like the +1. If we actually drop the X down, you'll see that it's going to... Whoops, that's the wrong one. You see how it goes to 0 after I move this? If we drop this down, it's actually going to go wrong way. If we go the other way, it's going to go to 0, which is what we want. Now, we can do the same thing on this side, but it's already good. Now, this guy up here is... Whoops, we're going to do this one actually first. This guy up here, what we look for is this LY. If it's at a 1 already, then we just drop these numbers down. So you just hold it up until it goes to 99. And then let's probably do this at like a 205. Same thing over here. So we want to make sure this is at a 1. And then we're going to drop this down until it's at a 99. See, it's got a ways to go. Okay, see how that's 99? So we're probably going to want to set this at like 210. And then same thing with these over here. You actually want to raise these though, so it's the opposite. So it's at 100 right now. We're just going to keep going up until this is at 99. Okay, right there. And then we'll probably go back down. Just round out the numbers. Probably, probably 325 is good. And then same thing with this. We're going to increase this until it's at 99. Okay, so that's at 0.98. So probably right there is looking really good. I'm going to do the same thing on the right stick. So again, This is almost not all the way, so I'm gonna increase this to about 70, which is gonna give us a better range. Maybe even a little bit more for the X here. Yeah, I like that a little bit more. And this one's already at 100, so we're gonna drop that down. And again, guys, we do all this for you. I'm probably gonna make a detailed video on how you guys can try and do this yourselves later on, because this is a new beta. We'll go back to 80 on this one. This is a new beta that they have. So we've only been doing this for a few weeks ourselves, so we'll probably get a video out. This is already at 100, and then we're just gonna drop this down to where it's at 99. Okay, see how it just flipped over to the 0.99? Probably gonna want to go to 410 on that one. And then this one as well. What I'm looking for is right here, guys, on the YouTube page, the RX plus 1. We're gonna increase this. These two decrease to go lower, but these are opposite, so we'll increase them. We increase this till it's 0.99. And it just takes a minute to find that. Okay, so right there. And then we're just gonna go back, basically just square it out, make it round, and then we're gonna save these changes. Okay. Actually, this Y looks a little off, so I'm gonna decrease this. It's the other way. Hold on. Much better. See how these are all 0 now? So if we save those, save changes permanently. Okay. Now if we check out the circularity, we're gonna have really, really good circularity, guys. That is very, very good circularity. Having an error rate of 3.41 and 2.94 is insane. Is absolutely insane. There we go. Irish Warrior, what? I don't understand your issue, brother. Do you have a problem? Alright, so this one's good, guys. This one is looking really good. We're going to go ahead and test these out on this side as well. And again, guys, those are phenomenal, phenomenal joystick entries right there. 3.9 and 3.7 is fantastic. Just like that. Okay, so we are completely done with that calibration. I'm going to flip you guys back over to the main scene. TikTok, I will take you guys back over here as well. Millie says, this is the stock market? No, this is, we're calibrating the joysticks, my friend. Calibrating the joysticks. All right, there we go. Guys, we're completely done with this controller. We just calibrated it on live, just so you guys can see the full process on this. Again, this controller comes with a 1-year warranty, guys. Free carrying case as well. Joysticks are perfectly calibrated. They've got the mouse click bumpers and triggers. They've got the tactile face buttons as well. Just like that. Looks really clean though, guys. And if any of you are wondering like where you would actually get this, there we go. Oh, when you get a PS4 controller? For sure, brother. For sure. Alright, gang, let's get into the next one. So this one's completely done. I'm going to leave it over here just so we can still see it, because it's a beauty. Let's get into the next controller. Alright, I've got to look, see what actually they've got on here. So let's head back to the order, check it out, see what we're doing. Alright, they've got... Irish, that's a great question. If you want to check out how much, guys, again, we gave everyone in here a 10% off code. If you guys still want to know what that code is, does anyone remember what it is? Can you guys make a comment so we can pin it? Who remembers what that is? YouTube, I'm so sorry. I forgot the mic. Can you guys hear me better on YouTube? C-Dub, are you still on YouTube, bro? I literally had the mic up. There we go. I got it back. How does the business Huh? Oh, how goes the business? Nice controller. Add some white. Be Freesia look. Yo, Denver. I mean, you can customize a controller from us. Yes, you can hear Richard. Okay, awesome, man. I'm so sorry about that, YouTube. I literally had my mic stand like way over there, so I think it's better. Joey's almost right. Okay, so what Joey's talking about, guys, we're gonna put in the discount code here. I'm gonna just put in the comment. I'm gonna put in the discount code. So if you guys want 10% off, 10% off your first order, check this out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pin this comment. There we go. You guys can take a screenshot of that comment. Okay, that will literally get you guys 10% off your first order. Okay, for YouTube, if you guys don't know like what that says, I can't really comment on there. It's first, like the number 1 ST, capital time, just the T, buyer, capital B. 10% off. There we go. Let's do this side as well, guys. The problem with having the rumble motors in there, you guys see how it's magnetized, how the screws can kind of just get lost? Yeah. That happens to the best of us. And again, guys, all orders, it got lost in there again, my goodness. All orders, like if you guys put in an order, this will literally be assembled and shipped out to you within like 2 days. Insanely fast turnaround times, guys. That means from the time you guys customize to the time where you get your controller, and that includes the shipping. It depends on where you live in the United States. Some are like stupid fast, like 1 business day shipping. Some other states, like if you live in California or something, they might take like 4 days or so, 4 or 5 days. So that's literally like, it's anywhere between like 4 and 8 days that you guys will get your controllers in hand. That includes the shipping too. All right, let's check out the rest of this order. So we've got the touchpad, light purple, home button, light purple, joystick rings, light purple. Let me show you guys how to do the touchpad. Not a lot of people know how to do this. It is pretty difficult to do the touchpad, so I'm gonna pop this out and we'll show you guys the full process. Lost count how many times with cleaning my controller those screws disappear, always stuck on motors. Yeah, what he's talking about, guys, and what I was referring earlier, these rumble motors are magnetic. You guys see how they can just get lost in there? So sometimes you have to make sure that nothing is on those when you close up the controller. So we are, for this one, actually going to remove the rumble motors. Guys, our competitors will charge you 15 bucks for this. You want to see how easy it is? Watch this. Okay, there's the left side. 1. There's the right side. We're done with the rumble motors, guys. That's $15 at a competitor. Absolute insanity. And that's the whole reason that I wanted to start a company like this, is because we saw a need within this industry. There's so many just frankly BS charges on stuff that we didn't want to deal with that anymore. And you guys especially don't. Yo, Savage, appreciate that follow, brother. So we're going to take these out. They are getting the mouse click bumpers and triggers, so we will not need those. They are getting 4 paddles on this too, so that's always fun to do. We're going to take these guys off as well. Brandon, we technically could do that, but we would have to order in the parts for that. You know what I mean? We would have to order those in. All right, so we're taking off the membrane pad here since we're going to want the tactile face buttons on this controller. But before we take off all of it, we need to take these guys out. Yo, Bal, appreciate that follow. And the reason we are taking these out is because they're getting the mouse click bumpers and triggers. So these little membrane things, whoops. These little membrane things we're not going to need on this controller. So we will take these out now. Just like that. How do I order? Brandon, great question. You go to our website. So our website is linked in the TikTok bio. or you guys can simply just go on your browser and type in getagripgaming.com, and it's going to go to the same place, especially if the TikTok link doesn't work, because sometimes it just, for whatever reason, doesn't work. Brandon, are you saying the metal things? We would order that for you, but we would have to confirm your order. Brandon, if you're talking about the like the bullet buttons, like if you guys have truly custom orders, we would have to order those for you guys, like the specific parts that you want, but you would have to have the purchase in before that. You know what I mean? Because we're not going to order in a part and then you guys are like, nah, I don't really want it anyway, and then we're out the money. You get that? I think that's fair. You know what I mean? If you guys want like very specific parts. Big Dipper, appreciate that follow, brother. All right, guys, we've got the tactile face membrane here, designed by GGG, Get a Grip Gaming. So we make all of that stuff. We're gonna go ahead and get going on these, installing the tactile face buttons. So you'll slot it through. There's like this little place that these need to go through. We'll slot that through. Get everything hooked up properly. Just like that. Looking good. And then we're going to close this up. There's like these two little plastic things that go over that. Viper, appreciate those shares, brother. There we go. Alright, they're also getting the tactile bumpers and triggers, aka the mouse click ones. So we're going to go ahead and get that order going as well. Looks good. Let me check the other side. Looks good. Now again, since we make these guys, these are straight off the press. We do have to file the little plastic pieces down just to make sure it fits properly in there. So we're going to go ahead and do that on this side. Good. And then we're going to do this side as well. Just file it down, making sure it's flat. And then we'll do the same process we did on the other one, where we just plop it in. Now, one cool thing about this controller, aside from all these things I'm currently doing, like the tactile face buttons, the mouse click bumpers and triggers, they do have the interchangeable joysticks, which are literally the best ones. I love these things so much. It's what I personally use. The interchangeable joysticks have 6 different heights, or excuse me, 6 different thumbs. What do you even want to call them? Thumbstick caps that you guys can use. For example, here's 4 of them. So there's the tall concaved, there's the tall domed, there's 2 medium domed, and then there's the short concave, which look like this, which is like the normal height on a controller. So I'll get a full set of those in just a second. Let me check out the rest of this though. Oh, we were gonna do the touchpad. Let me grab that. So they're getting the light purple touchpad. I'm gonna need to grab that, and I'll show you guys the full process on what it looks like to install the touchpad on these. So give me just a second. I need to let something warm up too. So you do want to get some plastic down, just so it doesn't heat up the original touchpad. So there's that. This side as well. We're gonna let this get hot. I am Savage. We just do PS5 for the time being, brother. If you have an Xbox. Okay, so I'm grabbing the touchpad right now. This is what it looks like out of the box. So we'll open that up. There's a couple little plastic inserts here, so I'll show you guys how to install those. If I could find that one. We'll keep this guy here. You start with the big one though, and you kind of have to put these in. Put them in interestingly. So you start there, and then you basically clip them in with both your fingers. Let me grab one of my tweezer sets here. Unique Detail LLC, appreciate that follow, brother. So that side is in. We'll clip these as well. And then we'll put in the smaller plastic piece here. This is just so the LED shows through the touchpad. You guys might know, like when you start up a normal PS5 controller, it's going to show like orange and then it will show blue. These just help that flow through, that LED flow through. So these are a little bit weird to get off too. You like pop it on this side and then you wiggle it out. He says, I'll be ordering from you for sure. Brother, awesome. I would love that. All right, so this is completely done. Hold on, guys. I got to play a mini game to stay live. There we go. Now we put the touchpad on here because we're basically going to need to take it off. And this is a... You are the Jesus of controllers. Appreciate you, brother. Iamon says, can you... And then I think he accidentally hit enter. So we'll wait. We'll wait till he types the rest of those. But I'm sure we'll be able to, hopefully. So this is going to just get hot for a second, guys. The rest of this we can start disassembling because we're going to use some of these parts. So like this guy we're always going to use. Can you fix your mouse? We don't do the mouses, sorry. Don Poe, appreciate that follow, brother. We'll save this for later. Home button comes out as well. We also have the mute button here that's going to come out. Poke Finds, appreciate that follow. Iamon, thank you for the follow. We're going to take these guys out as well. Sorry for the noise. That's just this heating up. We're going to take out the menu buttons. Basically, just put these all in the parts bin to save for later on. So those 4 as well. Just like that. And then there's one more thing that needs to come out of that. Well, technically 2 things. It's the joystick rings, and then there's this little membrane pad there. Little membrane pad though, so we're gonna pop out these guys just like that. Hey, okay. I'm the owner of Get a Grip Gaming, and we're just customizing a couple of our controllers. You guys can see the one we've already done. It's got Hall effect joysticks. It's got tactile face buttons, mouse click bumpers and triggers. Everything comes with a custom carrying case, year-long warranty. And then we've got one of our pro controllers there, 2 paddles, 4 paddles, 8 remappable buttons, Hall effect joysticks, TMR joysticks. You have split D-pad like for fighting games. You've got raised menu buttons, which makes pressing those way easier. Brother, you name it. You name it. Let me put some of these away. Hey, Yoki, appreciate that. Number 3 gifter badge. All right, let's see what the rest they got with this. Okay, so the home button is light purple. Jeff, how much, brother? You're going to want to check out the website. Because everything we do is custom. Guys, the website is getagripgaming.com. Getagripgaming.com. And we're going to do one last piece of this. So we'll pop this up, take it out so we can use for other controllers, and then we'll make sure this is protected, put it in its sleeve. This would be like a stock front shell. And again, guys, you guys can save a lot of money if you select stock for a lot of the colors if you just want the controller upgrades. You know what I mean? Like if you want the paddles and Hall effect joysticks and don't care how the controller looks, you can get the stock options, which are totally free. So we'll protect those and just keep them in a baggie for later. What if I have a controller but I want mouse triggers put on? AJ, great question. We actually have some DIY options on the website. Now, mouse click bumpers and triggers is something that is coming very soon. We're hoping to offer that for all versions of the controller within a week. Okay, so give us some time on that if you want to personally do those yourself. Now, one thing you can do, AJ, like let's say you guys have a stock controller. We do have a repair/mailing controller option where you guys can send in your controller to us and pick all of the different upgrades that you guys want for your controller. You get what I mean? It just makes things a lot easier. This is hot enough now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, and then we'll attach it to the new one. Okay, so just like that, we've got this off now, and we're just going to apply it to the new one here. Just like that. Making sure it's on there nice and snug. Bro, why are they so expensive? Eric, do you see how much work goes into the controller, though? Have you ever messed up? Yeah, of course. The customers never see that, though. We make sure their order is perfect, but... Have we gone through some stuff and just, like, messed it up? Yeah, of course. Just like anything else, guys. Let's get this to go through just a second here. All of that work, guys, for just a touchpad. All of that was just for the touchpad color switch. How many days does it take to make the controllers? Eric, per controller, depending on which one we're doing, all the work involved in it, probably like 2.5 hours per controller. FP, I don't understand FPV. Trouble man, appreciate that share, brother. Again, guys, we're giving 10% off if you're in this live too. 10% off if you're in this live. All right, so we're gonna get the touchpad. We'll put that away for just a second. We're gonna look at the next one. Front shell light purple. Let me grab that. Whoops, this is still on. Hold on. All right, I'm turning that off. Eric, we can fix your controller, brother. You're going to look under their mail-in/repair controller, and again, we'll do 10% off for that too. Oh, I just hit my head on the desk. Ouch. Yeah, we can fix all of your buttons, Eric. We would essentially just replace your membrane pad. There we go. Let's get the home button in there as well. Oh, Eric, you have Xbox. Xbox, guys, the only thing we do for Xbox is replace the joysticks with TMR joysticks. Big Dipper is asking what got me into this. I was so sick and tired of getting like custom controllers from all the other competitors out there that just charge crazy fees for everything with like no customer support. You would also wait, literally you would wait like 8 weeks to get what you spent on, and then you'd have to pay them even more to get on like a fast track to get your controller sooner, which was like 2 weeks turnaround time. We are doing everything that they're doing better, and we're also doing this faster with longer warranty for free. Seriously, I don't know if you guys have ever purchased a custom controller before. Our default warranty is 1 year. Everything we do is in the United States. We have really fast shipping time. So like if you guys put in an order, your controller will be done within 2 days and shipped out on the 3rd day. You get what I mean with like actual customer support. So it's a total game changer. That's what got me into this. And then also the 8 remappable buttons. That got me into that as well. Okay, so this controller is fun because they're getting the menu buttons gray and they want them raised. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. You guys see these bad boys? Bryce wants to know, do we actually use those mini tools? No, these are what our competitors use to build. We use real tools, you know? Joey, appreciate that follow. Untamed Tex, appreciate that follow. Kilo with the follow, appreciate you guys. Let's show you the raised menu buttons here. The goat with the follow. Actual bad boys right there. Giga Chad, appreciate you. So if you guys take a look at these are taller than normal menu buttons. All right, let me just show you a comparison, okay? Do you guys see how much taller these are than normal menu buttons? I think it's 3 millimeters taller. That might not seem like a big difference, But when these are installed on the controller, let me just show you guys. Hold on, let me show you guys the side-by-side comparison. Whoops, I had the right one the first time. Okay, look at this. Do you guys see how this barely pops through versus this one that you guys can actually press? That's the difference that our raised menu buttons have. So these are a custom mold that we do. You guys see the difference on those? It's night and day. Way easier to press. We also have the split D-pad as well. I don't know if this order has that. I guess we'll see if we go through the order queue, but let's get that in there. So those are good. Let's check out which D-pad they got since we're on that topic. Yo, Ruben with the GGs. Appreciate you, Ruben. Okay, so the primary buttons they got are pink, and the D-pad is also pink. Split D-pad? Yes. Yes. Let me just grab a few. Okay, so you see how this D-pad right here? See how it's individualized? Yeah, Ruben, appreciate you, brother. See how it's split? Just like that. It's going to look like, you know, with all four of them like this. They're individualized. Rather than them being one whole mold. And I'll show you what that looks like. This is what a typical one looks like. How they're all four. How much do these controllers cost on average? I would say our average order cost is like $260. Now you can go lower than that and you can go higher than that, but that's probably like the average. Day 2 of 0 sleep, brother. Get some rest. Two days without sleep is crazy. I'm just grabbing the buttons. Oh, you're Batman. Let's go then, bro. Little vigilante right here. Saving the city one day at a time. We'll get those plopped in. This one we're going to get in a second. But again, similar to the first one. Just drove 13 hours to Texas. Dude, I know how hard that is. I took a vacation to Big Bend in Texas one year. And gosh, we drove probably, I don't know how many hours straight. From Ohio, right? Chavez says, would this be better than the Edge from factory? Chavez, you best believe I think that's true. Nothing on the buttons. If you get, guys, if you get the stock buttons, you're going to get the logos on those. But the default ones, no, they're all matte. They're all matte. How much of a difference is there from split D-pad to not split D-pad? I would say a big difference. Okay, let me show you guys an example here and just understand where I'm coming from since I don't have a split D-pad controller. Okay, so let's take a look. Do you see how when I press the normal buttons here, it's individual? The rest of these buttons don't move. You guys see that? If I press the D-pad, you see how they all move? It's hard to see because this one has the tactile. But that's the difference. It individualizes the press. Yeah, you can't put those logos. They have, you know, Sony's got a copyright on it, basically. You can't put those logos on there. You know what I mean? Can we use these controllers on your console too? 420 Flexi, do you have a PS5 controller? If so, then of course. Most people use these on a PS5. Guys, the inside of this is a PS5 controller board. That's why we do this stuff. Okay, we're actually going to put this to the side because we're completely done with it. The next thing we need to do is go ahead and get the triggers. You sell logo stickers? Danny, do you really want you want stickers on there? No, 420 Flexi. You can do this on console and PC. You can actually get an adapter and run this on an Xbox too. Fun fact. Okay, the triggers are pink, so let me grab one of those. And the bumpers are too. I'm going to go ahead and get both of those. So there's the bumpers. And there's the triggers. And so we're going to put the right one on the left side because it's backward. So you just slot it into place there. And then you grab this bad boy. Yo, E-Ray with the follow on Instagram. We appreciate you. Appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, guys, we do have other socials. We've got a couple people watching on YouTube. Shout out to my YouTube people as well. Zachary asks, do you know how to fix stick drift? Oh, Vision FAQ, bro. He's legit. He's legit. Yeah, we love him over here, bro. Yeah, we know how to fix stick drift, Zachary. Now, there's a temporary fix if you guys look on our TikTok video. You guys can try and fix your own stick drift temporarily. That is for PS5 and PS4. However, the best way to combat stick drift is to have Hall effect or TMR joysticks installed on your controller. Bryson, appreciate that follow, my friend. So now that we've got those in, we're basically going to prep the trigger inserts here. So we'll take these out. These are not needed at all. We're also going to cut the wires, because that is for the adaptive triggers. When they do mouse click bumpers and triggers, that removes the adaptive triggers. So you guys need to know that, like, if you're playing a racing game and you need to have those triggers, like for the acceleration of the car or something, you're not going to want mouse click bumpers and triggers. But since this person probably only plays FPS games, like first person shooter, they don't care about the adaptive triggers, nor do they want them, and they want the mouse click instead. That's what we're doing on this one. Yo, Aaron, appreciate that follow, my friend. C just got the #1 gifter badge. We appreciate you. Congrats. C lit up a rose in Get a Grip Gaming's gift gallery. That's awesome, bro. That's correct. Hall effect joysticks use the magnetic connection. Aoki, that's really good. Seema, appreciate that follow, brother. Let's get this side in as well. All right, there's 2 screws we need to do before we do the rest of this, and then I'm going to install the mouse clicks. Hazel, appreciate that follow. C with the follow as well. We do not do anything Xbox yet, guys. We're going to come out with that very soon. Jeremiah, appreciate that follow, my friend. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Good morning to a lot of you. And for some of you guys, you need to go to bed. We'll get these in. Do you paint them? No, we don't paint them. What does a split D-pad do? Good question. So if someone were to attempt this themselves, where would they buy the equipment? Aoki, you need a lot of equipment, bro. Prime Hop says, what's the hardest part about all of this? Let me answer the split D-pad question first. We went over that a little bit, brother. But the split D-pad, you see how all of these buttons move at once? See how it's kind of rocking, like back and forth? That's because they're all one mold, like this guy is. We individualize the buttons for the split D-pad, which makes them a lot cleaner to press individually. It's 7:55. Yeah, that's what time it is for me. You're East Coast then? Is drifting easy to fix for you? Neuro, technically you can temporarily try and fix stick drift with your stock potentiometers, but they're going to go back to having drift. How we fix them is literally just install Hall effect or TMR joysticks, which are anti-stick drift. Now, we do calibrate these perfectly. We just went through the calibration process on this about like 50 minutes ago, where the average error rate was incredibly low, way lower than your normal controllers plus their Hall effect. So you're not going to have any issues with stick drift on that. It's the same time Prime Hop for us. We're East Coast, brother. So it's 7:55 a.m. We're out here grinding, bro. So it just makes it be the only one pressed. That's correct. Yeah. It's also really, really good for fighting games. Really good for fighting games. Okay, what was I doing, guys? You distracted me. Okay, I need to get the inserts for this. Rich Playa, appreciate that share. So there's a couple inserts. Let's grab the other one. We're first going to do the left side, which looks like the right side, but since we're backward. Pittsburgh, where's everyone else from? Yo, Mark, appreciate that follow. Happy Cloud, appreciate that follow. Johnny Man with the follow. Aoki shared the live. Mom of 6. Wow, shout out to you. Followed the live creator. Aoki shared again. Guys, if you have gamer friends who are in the market of custom controllers, you're going to be the hero if you share, like, hey, guys, check out Get a Grip Gaming. And if you share our 10% off code. Do you hire? Actually, we are looking to hire. We haven't posted anything because we're currently in the hiring process of another person right now. But once we go through that, we are going to probably post to our socials. But we are based out of Ohio. We like people to be local. Can we fix PS4 controllers? The only thing we do for PS4, guys, is install the TMR joysticks for PS4 for the time being. Tennessee or outside Houston, Texas. Nice, nice. Ashish, appreciate that follow. All right, guys, let me get these inserted. Hold on. Give me just a second, chat. I gotta actually focus. Can't read for just a hot second. There we go. If anyone was in this live before when we talked about the 10% off code, If you guys could drop that in the chat, that'd be clutch too. All right, guys, hold on 1 second. Let me read chat here. All right, those are installed. Let me get back to reading chat. Neuroscola says, "Aw, would you hire someone from Maine? SNN, you can send us a message. We can take a look at it. But, you know, we really like to hire within the footprint just because of inventory stuff. You know what I mean? I was hoping the guy fixing controllers was going to say he was from Pittsburgh too. Oh, no, we're from Ohio, bro. NYC, San Antonio. Nice. Cam, appreciate that follow. Excuse me, guys. Might need some water here. I don't even know where that is. Aoki. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I have no idea where that is. Indiana, nice. Life by Rainy says, when I come to Ohio to rave, you joining? Honestly, guys, I don't have a social life. Yuma, Arizona. Arizona. Cleveland there, the other big C, Justin. And not the lower C. Mount Pleasant, Texas. He says, I got you the social life if you upgrade my gaming life. No, I can have friends. I have no problem like getting friends. I'm literally working 18 hours a day on this and building this thing up. Like we launched this, we were in development on 2 years. We launched our controller customizer. Oh, Dayton, nice, man. So you're Ohio too. We launched the controller customizer in August of 2024. But we've had such tremendous success. Like we're on the right track. People love our warranty. They love our controllers. Our return rate is so low. So we just need to keep growing it and scaling it and offering different products. And then compete from there. Hundreds, Aoki, hundreds of controllers, bro. A lot of controllers. All right, guys, this side is done. You want to listen to it? That's so crispy, guys. That's like a McChicken from McDonald's or something. Even crispier than that. Such a terrible reference. That's what I get for doing a TikTok live at 8 in the morning when I haven't slept yet. How much does a custom controller cost? Hibiscus, it really varies how custom you get with a controller. Guys, it's like buying a car. Any of you ever bought a car in here? Like you have your base model, right? You have your base model, and then you can get the sunroof package, and you can get the, you can get the spoiler package, and you can get the dual exhaust package, and you can get the rubberized floor mats. You can get the brake pad package. You can get, you get what I mean? Like you can just keep building off of it. Carbon fiber over the touchpad. Yeah, that's nice. We're doing the mouse click bumpers and triggers, crazy kid. How do I know what my model controller is? It's basic PS5. What came with PS5? Web, that's a really good question. If for anyone wanting to know this stuff, I'm actually going to grab a stock back shell and I'm going to do it live with you guys on TikTok to identify what version controller you have. But on our website, the FAQ page, which is frequently asked questions, that's what FAQ stands for. If you guys scroll to the very bottom, there's actually a really helpful video that talks about how you can identify what version controller you have if you guys want to send it in for repairs and upgrades. Again, guys, we are cutting those fees by 10% if you send us a message. But I'm going to go over it right now. Okay, so this one should be done just like that, guys. We've got both mouse click triggers installed, and we're going to get to the rest of this very soon. So quite literally, the process is now that we've finished the front shell, we're just going to slot it in just like that. Now you guys can see what this is going to look like, at least some of it. And again, they've got that tactile bumpers, tactile face buttons. And they've also got the raised menu buttons as well, which is clutch. People love those. Okay, let's go over the back shell of the controller. This is what you guys need to identify when you're looking at your controller, okay? I'm going to get to all the questions here soon. No Xbox for the time being, guys. I'd like mouse click on my triggers and Holofix 6. Yeah, brother, we can for sure do that. Okay, if you look at the back shell of controller, and a lot of these have variants, but what you're going to want to need to know is the second row down, there's going to be it's going to be on the right or sometimes the left. There's going to be a letter followed by a number, and it's a very long string of characters. So this one says F5, and for my people on YouTube, if you guys can see this, it says F5 right there. That's how you know it's version 5 of the controller. So you forget the first letter, you just need to know where it is. The number after the letter is your controller version. So it might be over here and it might say like G2, it might be over here and it might say like E1, it might be over here, it might say like E4 or like F5. There's only 5 versions of the controllers right now. Ajax says, I was rebuilding an electric scooter last night. That's wild. That sounds harder than a custom controller. Alright guys, let's get this screwed in. But I hope that helps for people trying to identify what version of the controller have. Chris, appreciate that follow, my friend. Webb, I hope that was helpful, my friend. Alright, that side is in. We're going to do the other side. So this also has the rumble motors removed, since you guys can see those are gone. If you guys want to see what those look like, it just looks like this. You just pop those out. It was, thank you. For sure, brother, for sure. Jay, appreciate that follow. Hibiscus with the follow. Josdy got the number 2 gifter badge. We appreciate you, Josdy. Let's get that in there. Yo, Eddie with the follow. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the follows. Guys, we are at 6.7 thousand likes, too. Our most liked video ever. I think we were live for about 4 hours. It was 125,000, which is just crazy. That's a lot of likes. All right, let's see the rest of this. Okay, so they did get the interchangeable joysticks. That's legit. They are going to get the speakers. They are going to get the cables. Now, one thing to note as I grab the interchangeable joysticks, they are going to get 4 paddles on this. So you guys are going to see me soldering here in just a second. So let's go ahead and get the solder hot. I'm going to turn it on, grab the joysticks, and you guys are going to be in for some fun. Okay, just like that. I'm back from the store. Real G, appreciate that follow, my friend. Guys, this is the interchangeable joystick pack, okay? There's a lot in here. Let's break it down. These are your joystick caps. Now, when we go to like calibrate the joystick, we're going to install the smaller caps just because it's easier for us to do. But you guys can just pop on taller ones. You guys see this? Like if you guys are using Control Freaks or anything like that and you want a better version of these are the top-notch ones. These are absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and get those on. We're going to use these 2. You guys can see how you can still put on 4 different ones. So there's 6 total. You got your Hall Effect joysticks, brother. That's awesome. So we're going to put these on in just a second. But first we're going to solder. And one thing we are going to remove is this guy right here, because he's not going to be needed for what we're doing. So we're just simply going to take him off, peel a little bit, and then you just pull the rest of it off. And then we're going to go get soldering. True Game, what's up, brother? What's your question? Where do we get our parts from? Brother, we make our own parts. Like this stuff, we make all of that. How do you feel about Hall Effect sticks? I think they're amazing. We also have TMR joysticks. Hall Effect sticks are for sure the most popular. It's not even close. Not even close. True Game, appreciate that follow, brother. This is Hall Effect right here. This is TMR. Okay, so tunneling magneto resistance. Why do all PS5 controllers get stick drift? That's because most all PS5 controllers have stock potentiometers. These guys right here, they get stick drift all the time. I have a full breakdown. If you guys want to watch that breakdown, it is on our TikTok. It's one of the pinned videos. It's a thumbnail that has my giant hand like this with the joysticks on it. And then it talks about the stock potentiometers. It talks about Hall Effect joysticks. And then it also talks about TMR joysticks. I'm trying to find another X button without buying a new one. You mean you literally just need a different X button? Like one single, the literal button? Or you need like a different membrane pad because your X button broke? Sean, appreciate that follow, my friend. This is not a strike pack. Miko's Gaming. That looks so cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool, guys. All right, let's go ahead and let's start soldering, fam. I have a DualSense Edge and was thinking of a new controller of beefing mine. Night Train, you're going to want to check out one of our pro controllers, my friend. We don't do anything scuff controller, Dizzy. We're our own thing, so we're Get a Grip Gaming. SNM, sorry my internet crashed. I didn't hear if you saw my comment. Do you hire from Maine? We would have to take a look at it. We would have to take a look at it. You can send us a message, brother, but we would have to have some previous experience and all sorts of fun stuff with that. Looks like something's on this pad, just noticing that, so I'm going to switch out for a different one. Just to be safe. It'd probably work fine, but we want to make sure that the pads are... Yeah, those are perfect. Okay. Your stick drift is your nemesis. Night Train, you are for sure going to want to check out... you're going to want to check out our Hall Effect joysticks or TMR joysticks off the website. Again, guys, it is literally 10% off right now. Okay, if you guys send us a message, we will give you guys a discount for 10% off your first purchase. You guys want that code? Hold on. Corey, appreciate that follow. Let me put that code in chat. Give me just a second here, fam. All right, get ready to screenshot, okay? I just pinned the comment. Can you guys see that? Just pinned the comment. Located in Ohio, guys. Located in Ohio. All right, we're going to get this installed. Just like that. Now we need to get the flux applied. The flux just helps the solder kind of move through. It helps it flow. So it's going to stick to everything better. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. All right, so just like that, we've got the top part. You're in Cleveland? That's awesome, bro. What's the time on a custom controller? Ink by Will? Bro, 2 days is when we'll be done with it, and then we'll ship it out after that. So if you ship your controller, we can fix it 100%, Mario. 100%. First time buyer. Franklin, yes, correct. Thank you. I'm gonna pin his comment, guys. That's the 10% off. Weller Soldering Station, that's correct. It's Weller. We just do PS5 for the time being. Guys, just PS5 for the time being. And again, you need to know the version of the controller that you guys are sending us, because it does impact like what upgrades we have. There's 5 versions of the PS5 controller, right? So if you send us version 1, basically the only thing we can do for that's the cosmetics and the joysticks. But if you have versions 3 through 5, you know, we can do the mouse click bumpers and triggers. We can do the tactile face buttons. We can do the paddles. We can pretty much do everything you guys want via versions 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to get a little bit more solder on this top part. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Just making sure that's on there good. How do I get to your website? Guys, the website is getagripgaming.com. Getagripgaming.com. We don't do Ink by Will. We don't do anything like third-party fixing because they probably messed it up in the first place. You know what I mean? Guys, our website is in the bio on TikTok, or you just literally, you know, Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, Firefox, who knows, whatever you guys use. It's getagripgaming.com. And again, that's the 10% off code. Corey put it in there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that comment from Corey. That's the 10% off part, guys. Dizzy Stop, that's correct. We do the DIY as well. If you guys want to try and do this yourself, we sell a lot of DIY parts. Antonio, you would not want to drive to us to pick up your controller, brother? We do free shipping on orders over 200. There'd be no need to drive to us, my friend. It would cost way more in gas than free shipping. You get what I mean, my friend? This lo-fi is like some jazzy funk going on right now. Guys, typically when we do this, I've got a fan going. Guys, we do everything PS5 related, so if you need like a controller repaired, upgraded, replaced, we do have that option on our website. Hold on, guys, this isn't sticking. Give me just a second. It's so much harder to solder when you have a phone in front of your face, guys. I'm not gonna lie. All right, there we go. Now it's in the correct place. We'll apply a little bit more flux on this. We'll clean it off here in just a second. Okay, so that's what we did, guys. We basically installed it right there. See that solder point? That's what we want. All right, let's get that wicked off, and then we're going to clean that section up first before we move on to the rest. So all we're doing is we're just dabbing off the flux here, just like that. Making sure that's nice and clean. What did I say? Smoked? That was an actual question. I don't even know what I said. I'm gonna pin this again, guys. This code, 10% off your first order with us. I'm gonna come back to that one, but that one's gonna secure for the next one. Installing aimbot? No, we are actually doing the remappable paddles, and that's the technology behind this. All right, that one's looking better. Let's redo the first one again. He says, by chance, can you install the aimbot? No, we don't do anything that would be considered cheating. We do have some pro esports teams, so we would never be able to do that. We do not have any green colors yet. We just have the green joystick rings. Okay, those look much better. Let's get it cleaned off, guys, and then we're going to go ahead and install it, and we'll go through the testing process on this. So we're just wiping, it's called isopropyl alcohol. So we're just cleaning off the flux, making sure nothing is sticky on the board, and then the isopropyl alcohol dries really fast, then we wipe that off too. So we just got on our we basically solder these onto the solder joints, and then we'll flip it over and put on the interchangeable joysticks. Sometimes these are a pain to get off though. Joseph with the follow, Fitz with the follow, Flacco with the follow, Randy with the follow. Guys, we appreciate each and every one of you. Welcome to the GGG fam. And again, if you guys are new here, I'm actually the owner of Get a Grip Gaming. The builders are off because it is Saturday at 8:36 a.m. But we're just going live on TikTok for some comments, showing you guys. Literally, these are real orders that are going to be gameplay tested and then shipped out today. So again, whenever you guys put in an order with us, I'm not going to personally build those unless you guys want me to, or it just happens to be that I build your controller on TikTok Live. But if you want your controller built on TikTok Live, you would have to request that within the builder notes. You like those tiny tools? Yeah, those were what our competitors used to build controllers. These little guys right here. We use some real tools, But again, guys, those are those interchangeable joysticks with Hall effect, and they've got the remappable paddle flex on there. So we're going to go ahead and get that installed too. So just like that. Now, there's something underneath of this that we're going to need to install. It's hard to see though. Okay. Yep, that worked well. And now we just have to line up this guy too. Slide him on over. And then we can push down the motherboard just like that. So now we'll plug in the touchpad. Where is my insert for the battery? It's over here. This is the battery holder. So just like that, we're going to put that into place, grab one more screw to secure that, put the battery in, and then we're going to pre-test this. And what I mean by pre-testing is essentially going on, making sure everything is clicking properly, making sure everything works before we close up the controller and put on the 4 remappable paddles. All right, so that is on there, nice and tight. We're going to put in the battery, just like that, secure the cables. And then we're going to do the pre-testing. So we'll plug it in. Head back to the tester. And then test everything out. So far, so good. Let's get these guys. Nice. Nice. Everything looks good, guys. Keith, appreciate that follow, my friend. Welcome in. Welcome to the fam. Okay, now we're going to install the, these are the mic cables on the inside of the controller. So essentially what these do is if you have your headset off of your controller, these are what read with the controller and gives you guys the audio input. If you don't necessarily want that, some people don't like that at all, they will have these removed or just not installed back into the controller. So that's, this one wants them in there, but it's totally up to you guys on your order. Sometimes these are tricky to get through, so bear with me. This is like the headache portion of this, where there we go, finally goes through. We'll pull that through and then we'll attach it using some tweezers here. I about said pliers. Must have been a long night for me. Okay, that one's in. Gosh, those are annoying sometimes. How much does something like this cost? It depends on the order, friend. No way, where did that go? It looks like it fell off. There's supposed to be a little cap on this. I can just get another one. I'm not going to deal with that right now, honestly. We'll just take this out and get another one. I'll find it later. Who knows where it went? Sometimes it just gets lost. So essentially, there's like this little... You guys see this little rubbery thing right there that I'm holding in my right hand? That's supposed to be on this too. I don't know where that went. So I'm just going to get a new one. That's what it's supposed to look like. Oh, that one was way easier than the first one. Nice. That's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be that seamless. Now we put this into the right place. And again, guys, these are just like your input when you don't have the headset in. Where's the little guy? These work in tandem. Plug him in as well. And again, if you guys are new, check out the website. The website is getagripgaming.com, guys. You can see everything we do. Okay, we're going to leave this here for just a second because we are going to get the back paddles installed. And I'm going to show you guys that full process, which is pretty fun. Thank you, Corey. Yes. That May guy with the follow. Riley with the follow. What he's putting in chat, guys, is literally 10% off. First time code. 10% off, guys. Making sure everything is snug on these. Turn off the solder. Alright, just like that. Now, I'm going to get some screws and then we're going to get ready to install this. Okay. Let me feed these through. Nice. Now we can take a look at this. Okay. All right, now we've got them lined up. Sometimes it's really hard seeing through there with the lighting. You guys can see how tiny those holes are. We're basically going to secure this, and then we're going to attach the ribbon cables to the remapping chip. And that's how we're going to get this thing installed. So let me get the first one in. Things will be a lot easier. It'll hold itself. And then you always, whenever you guys do something like this, make sure you do the opposite corners first. Okay, right there. Had to make sure it was lined up properly. So you get the opposite corners in first, and then you basically screw from there. That's with anything screwing related. Like if you're installing something with 4 brackets, always do the opposite corners first, and then do the other 2, just so everything is centered. Because if I were to do this side first, it might not center it up with the rest of it. Amazing. And guys, we are literally at 7.4 thousand likes. We got 100 of you in here. Excited about that, guys. If you haven't, drop us a follow already. Chance Gaming says, you sell controllers? Yes, we do, sir. I'm actually the owner of Get a Grip Gaming. You can check us out. Our link is in the TikTok bio. There we go. Now those are feeding through properly. And again, guys, 10% off with that code. Lazarus, appreciate that follow, my friend. Welcome in. 10% off code is in chat. If you guys want to take a look at that. Appreciate. Shout out to my people on YouTube watching. You guys are the goats. How do you guys like that view, by the way? Is the YouTube view better? Yo, Mono, appreciate that follow. Corey is putting in that 10% off discount, guys. Screenshot that, share it with a friend if you want. But that is the code that he's putting in there. Thanks, Corey. Saving everybody money, bro. User 2387655. Well, I appreciate that follow. Alright, we're going to get this closed up now. Just like that. Clip those down, close the sides. I can already tell that this touchpad's a little bit pressed on. When we go to close this thing, so we have to make a little bit modification on the inside. But guys, this is what it's going to look like, okay? It's going to have the mouse click bumpers and triggers. You guys see that? The tactile face buttons. It's going to have 4 remappable paddles. It's also going to have the interchangeable joysticks with Hall effect joysticks, so this thing is not getting stick drift, okay? This controller will last you a very long time. Just like that, guys. And again, you can pop these off. They even have the raised menu buttons to make this press way easier. Way easier. I am going to open this up and make a slight modification to it with the touchpad. Sorry, it's easier opening this on my lap. Let me get the We'll disconnect these for just a second. Left, right, awesome, okay. Pop this guy out. Sloss Tech, appreciate that follow. G Fixer, appreciate that follow. Dan sent the heart me. Dan, appreciate you, man. I heart you too. Rebecca with the follow. Codeman 2.0 says, do you remember me? Yeah, weren't you in this live like, I don't know, an hour ago? Welcome back, my friend. Could you not find anything better? This is cool. Appreciate you, Sloth Tech. Guys, Corey just put in the 10% off discount code. If you guys want 10% off your first purchase. It works. Try it. Customize something on the website. Put it in your cart. Totally free. Guys, the website is getagripgaming.com. There we go. We're just making some modifications in here for just a second, guys. Whoops, I still have this guy installed. Hold on. Alright, now that he's out, now we can pop this off. Just like that. Okay, modification's complete, guys. Now, we are going to need to take this out because this is going to be a pain if we try and put it back in with this in here. Essentially, this will just get stuck underneath of the board. So we'll pull that out, put the rest of this stuff back on, making sure everything is good, nice and tidy. And we'll get back to closing this thing up. So this is where we have to recheck underneath the board here to make sure these are lined up properly. Did the speaker come out too? No, it's in there. Okay. It is impossible to see with this lighting. It's funny too, because right where the phone is, usually my light source of where I'm trying to see everything. So like I'm trying to put my face where the phone is, and obviously the phone's there, so it's not working out too for me. Dan says, I've learned how to take 2 broken controllers and make one that works just by watching you. Brother, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you. And again, if you guys want like some DIY parts, if you guys like watching this kind of stuff and you want some DIY parts, hit us up. We do sell some stuff. Like if you're going to try and do this on your own, we do sell DIY on the website. If you guys really want to get granular, you know, or do something like this, you know, on a larger scale, like we do have wholesale quantities as well. SNM Clan, we are literally in development on mouse click triggers for Xbox right now. Sloss Tech says, how much do your custom controllers go for? It really just depends. I would say the average order is anywhere from 200 to 300 though. Honestly speaking, there is a huge variation of price, especially if they get the custom colors or not. Like a lot of people just want the upgrades without any of the custom colors and they get some stock options. That's going to keep that price point low for you guys, but give you all the same benefits, just without the look. Get what I mean? But if you want like a full-on custom controller with all the fun cosmetics, interchangeable joysticks, TMR joystick modules, 8 remappable buttons, mouse click bumpers and triggers, split D-pad, raised menu buttons, Like, you guys can get the gambit here. 1 year warranty on everything we do, guys, and it comes with a custom carrying case as well, of course. Of course. Dan, that's right, yeah. Yeah, not bad, guys. By the way, Sloss Tech, our shipping times are incredibly fast. So like if you put in an order, it's going to be completed within 2 days and shipped out to you on that 3rd day. Sometimes even faster than that. Sometimes maybe a day slower, just depending on what day you put in the order. You know, like if you put it in on a Sunday, right? But we do have very fast shipping times as well. Other competitors, you guys are going to wait 6 to 8 weeks, you know, just to have your controller assembled. Aussie Sauce, the only thing we've done for Elite controllers is replace the joysticks, the joystick modules with TMR joysticks. Other than that, we haven't yet started customizing those. That is coming. That is coming in 2025. I can stand by that because we're in development on mouse click bumpers and triggers, as well as a remapping chip for Xbox as well. So we are definitely going to scale up the Xbox route here. You know, give us some time. We just launched the 3D controller customizer for PlayStation back in August of 2024. But we've been in development for a long time on PS5 stuff. But we're excited to do the Xbox stuff soon. Okay, touchpad's much better. Everything's looking really good. Let's go ahead and get the final screws in here. So there's 2. We'll get 2 more. And then we will install the bumpers and get this thing going through testing and calibration. C-Dub Golden says yes. I'm assuming that was the question I asked on YouTube where I said, do you like that view better? It's a pretty sweet view, guys. If you haven't seen, whoops, I don't know where that screw went. If you guys haven't seen our YouTube live, it's actually got 2 different camera angles on the horizontal view. So it's honestly a lot better than the TikTok view. I know most everyone that watches is on TikTok, but the best view is on YouTube. WTJ Keeley says, I've been talking to some about getting a controller with paddles from you guys. Do you recommend 2 or 4 paddles? Yo, guys, if you don't know this, WTJ Keeley, I'm pretty sure she's a pro player for WTJ, which is a gaming organization that we've partnered up with. WTJ Keeley. So anyway, guys, give her a follow for sure. But to answer your question, what are you used to, Keeley? Do you have 2 paddles already, or do you have 4 paddles? It's a first time thing. You play Fortnite, right? You've never had paddles before? Okay, let me show you the difference. Give me just a second. Okay, so these are the 4 paddles, right? The whole goal with paddles, if you guys don't know this, is you can remap. Okay, so like if you have, let's say, one of the buttons here that you press all the time, let's say it's jump or it's slide, you essentially can remap those to one of the back paddles. If I'm you, I'm going straight to 4 paddles, because if you're gonna learn 2, you might as well learn 4. But if you just know that you want 2, just get 2. Some people only want 2 and that's all that they want, like for jump and slide. I would say the 4 is really good though. The 4 is really good though. So like you can do reload, swap weapon, jump, slide is how most people do it. And then you can rebind those however you want. With the 2 paddles and 4 paddles, you guys can even rebind the L1 and R1 and the L3 and the R3 press to one of these back paddles, as well as all of like the D-pad and the primary buttons as well. So there's some good stuff on there. Dan says paid $340 for a custom edge controller and change color worth it. Thank you, Keely, for sure, for sure. How do I get this? Take my money now. Freak on a Leash, you can go to our website, my friend. It's getagripgaming.com. Getagripgaming.com. Keely, for sure. For sure. All right, guys, let's plug this in and let me do some pre-testing here. He says, say less. For sure, brother, for sure. Let me do some pre-testing here, making sure everything works. Everything is looking good so far. I'm going to try the remapping just to make sure that works as well. And then we're going to go into the calibration. Going to go for pink and white. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a fan favorite for so many people. They love the pink color. Awesome. Yeah, the purple does look nice. This is the light purple, by the way. This is the light purple. And then Keely, we even have like the raised menu buttons and split D-pad, just options. This is the interchangeable joysticks, which are fantastic. So like if you wanted to just simply pop these off and put on maybe like a taller joystick for your right thumb for aiming, you can just pop those back on with the taller joysticks too. Plenty of good options, guys. Plenty of good options. So we're going to go ahead and do the calibration process. She says, wait, that's great. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. We also have this 6-foot braided cable, which is what I'm using to actually test this right now. These things are incredible. It's $10, $9.99 for this 6-foot braided cable. It's awesome. Works on your phone too. Rocha, appreciate that follow. Wait, you live in the UK? Hold on. Keely, do you live in the UK? We only do stuff in the US. You're going to have to send us a message. You're an EU player? Keely, shoot us a message on TikTok. I'll get to it later, okay? Yeah, we only do stuff within the United States. But yeah, just shoot me a message, okay? All right, let's get the rest of this map. Guys, for those of you who were on YouTube or have been on YouTube before, I'm going to switch the calibration scene so you guys can see everything we're doing on YouTube. The view isn't going to be as good. Yo, Grim, Jan, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Heart me. Appreciate you. I'm going to show you guys the calibration on here, but the best view to do this stuff is on YouTube. I use the software you use to reset and somewhat fix stick drift. Yeah, Dan, you can try and do that, but it's only a temporary fix with potentiometer joysticks. You have to have the Hall effect joysticks or TMR for that to really make sense. Okay, guys, so what did I just do? For those of you on YouTube, if you guys are watching, if you guys see how I'm pressing this, it's activating different buttons on the controller. That's because we've remapped it. Okay, so how each one of these are different buttons. I'm going to show TikTok as well. Like you guys see when I press this, you guys see how it's activating those buttons. That's the remapping capabilities on this, okay? We're also going to start doing the calibration of the joysticks. You guys can see how those are totally messed up right now. That's because we just installed brand new Hall effect joysticks. So the best view of this stuff is going to be on YouTube. But TikTok, you'll be able to see the calibration process. You won't be able to see my controller because I have to have it on the desk. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. We'll connect everything. And the first thing I like to do is just press in the joysticks a few times and then flick the sticks around so they go back to what they consider like the true center point. What website? Alaska's. If you give us a follow, it's our first pinned video on TikTok. You'll be able to see that website. But it's DualShock Calibration GUI is what it is. So we'll start the calibration of this. We'll go top left and just follow the instructions. So it says, please move both sticks to the top left corner and release them. Same thing with the top right corner. This is just to center the joysticks perfectly. And then we can even fine tune. There's a beta process to fine tune it. It works really well. We did that with the last controller that's sitting over there. That's the purple and light purple one. The average error rates were incredibly low. So we've been using that for a while. We're really happy with it. Center points are way better now. You guys can see that. Now we're going to fix the range on this. So you essentially just take your controller, rotate this clockwise, counterclockwise, and you'll just go around a couple times this way, and then you'll do the same thing counterclockwise as well. Oh, Alaska's Hank Hill, if you have Xbox, bro, you literally have to use, it's an Xbox accessories app, and you can calibrate the joysticks within the Xbox accessories app. This is only for PS4 and PS5. Just as a heads up, bro. So I'm going to save those changes. We can head back to the first website, retest this out. So you flick the sticks, see where they're locating, 0.00392. This is actually a pretty good first go at things. We're going to fine tune these even more though. So I'm going to disconnect, reconnect. Now we are going to calibrate and fine tune everything. So how this works is like this. Do you guys see down here where it says 0.00? We want that for the Y as well. So without touching anything, like you just flick the sticks. This one's pretty good already. Same with the right, you'll flick the sticks. Those are 0, 0. So we don't need to touch those two. Now what we do want to edit is the ranges on everything. So if I move this all the way to the left, you guys can see how this is 1. It's at -1. If I move this down to a certain point, it's going to be 9.99, which is what we want. And then we move it back. You guys can see how far off that is. We're going to move this back. If it even gets there, hold on. Is this right? There's no way. We'll check that again. But typically how that works, you know, I guess it's still in beta mode. Typically how that works is when you move these down, your input is going to be at 0.9. You see how that changed to 0.99 right here, the LV? Now we want to go back up, probably to like 180. And so that's going to give it a much better range. I'm going to try this one more time. Just to see if I can't do it. Like maybe single clicks would work better. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna try this one as well. See, this one's at 0.94, so I'm gonna move this back up. Let's just say like, we'll just do 60 as a baseline. Okay, that's at 96. Okay, so we'll probably move this back up to the 85, and then adjust this one. So this we want it to go all the way to 100. So we'll just increase this. Actually, sorry, decrease this to have it reach. Because it's negative values. We're going to increase this to 100. It's at 0.97, 0.99, right there. And we're going to round this up to 0.75. So now that's 100. That is good. Same thing with this. We're at 0.98. So I'm going to decrease this until it reaches to 1.00, which is right there. And then we're probably just going to go round it out to 3,900. So this should be much better when we do the circularity test. I still want to edit this a little bit more, I think, though. So let me just go down. Yeah, I'm going to go down even lower. That's still 100. That's still 100. What if we take this to 0? It's still at 100. Yeah, I guess I'll check that out later for sure. All right, let's move to the right joystick though, guys. Roger, appreciate that share. Sam, thank you for the share. Because I don't mind paying shipping with WT, I'd just rather... Keely, I got you, bro, for sure. I'll make sure we hit you back up. All right, guys, same with this one. You see how it's off? See how it's off on stuff? We're gonna make sure this is fine-tuned. So we're gonna change the center Y position. And you essentially want this at 0.00. So see how this is tracking down? It's starting to get lower. Right there is at the 0 position. And now we're going to change the X as well. So we're just going to go, whoops, that's the wrong way. We're going to go X this way. And it's going to start going toward that center point. Oh, now it's -2. Okay, almost at 0. Right there looks really good. Okay, so now we're going to change, again, we're going to change how far these are going down. So I believe if I go up on these, see how it's at 0.99 now? Now it's at 1.0. That's what we want. So I'm going to do the same over here. And we're just going to take this up until we get to that 99. All right, right there. Okay, so this is the threshold. So we're going to go 5 points above that just to give it a couple range. And then same thing with this. We're actually going to decrease these now until they get to 0.99. It's still at 100. It's the same thing as the, okay, right there. See how it started to change? So we're going to take this to 5. Okay. So then same with this side. We're actually at 96. So we're going to increase this one. We're going to keep going until it reaches all the way. It's still at 9. Okay, there's 97. There's 98. 99. Okay, there's 100. So we'll round this off around like 170. And it's going to help out the range a ton. So I'm going to save this. Save changes permanently. And then let's test this out. You guys will be able to see how much better this is. Do you guys see how good those joysticks are now? That's insanely good. The average controller, guys, just so you're aware of this, the average error rate on a controller is around 9 to 15% if you have the stock potentiometers. Anything under 9 is really good. Anything under 7 is fantastic. Anything like that 3.5 is insanely good, and that's on the aiming part of this controller. Frankly speaking, the left ones don't even really matter that much because that's your running stick. You're always running all the time, but to have this at 3.5 is insanely good, guys. You're not going to see that a lot of places. So we can go back up, and again, to recalibrate these, I'm going to show TikTok too. I'm going to show everybody. You hit L1, R1 right on the D-pad and then square at the same time. When you guys hold that down, you see how the menu button flashed? Then you just press a back paddle and a face button at the same time, and that's how you remap, right? That's the whole remapping process. All right, YouTube, let me switch you guys back on over to the normal view. I'm going to get TikTok back over here as well. Right about there is good. And then, guys, we are almost done with this controller. So we just calibrated the joysticks. Those are looking fantastic. We do need to get the trim piece on this, and I don't even know what it is. So let me check the order here. Let me see what color trim they got. They got the pink. I think that's going to look really good. What controller is this? This is a PS5 controller. Dog Water Champ. I'm the owner of Get a Grip Gaming. If you check out our TikTok, drop us a follow. We fully customize PS5 controllers, and we will start to do like Xbox and PS4 as well. Say that again. The pink trim looks really good. Yeah, stock PS5 Dog Water is how these start out. Why are you recalibrating? That's because we installed Hall Effect joysticks, which are anti-stick drift. That's why we're recalibrating those. So they're not going to have to deal with stick drift anymore. And we calibrated them to like perfection. All right, so that trim is in. We've got the screws in. We're going to close up this controller. Make sure this is in the right spot. Sometimes it likes to be a little finicky. There we go. Close it on up. Just like that. There we go. Nice and snug. Everything is in properly. All right, guys, let's go over the benefits of this. Dog Water Champ. It just depends on the controller that you're getting. So let's go over two, and then let's talk about the prices for both of them, okay? Let me talk about the first one. So, this controller right here, okay? Isaac, appreciate that follow, brother. This controller right here has everything cosmetically adjusted. So they got everything possible. They got the light purple D-pad, light purple primary buttons, light purple menu. Same thing, bumpers and triggers, touchpad, and the trim. They got purple joysticks, purple joystick rings, white home button, purple front shell, purple back shell. Okay, to start. All of that comes with a price. They have the mouse click bumpers and triggers. They have the tactile face buttons. They have the Hall effect joysticks on these. This controller with all of these upgrades, guys, is $288. Okay, and then they got their discount. You're only curious about the sticks? Dogwater Champ, you can actually buy the sticks from us, the Hall effect joysticks or TMR joysticks off of the website as DIY. They're the legit originals. These guys here, this one is the interchangeable joysticks that also has Hall effect on there as well. They have the mouse click bumpers and triggers, tactile face buttons. They got the raised menu buttons on this. And then they have the 4 remappable paddles on the back as well. This controller with all of these different upgrades, guys, was $364 because they got everything. You know what I mean? And that was pre-discount as well. I don't know the price. I'd have to check. Dogwater Champ, for sure, just head to our website, bro. It's getagripgaming.com. We have a DIY page if you want to check it out from there. I truly do not know the price on that. Otherwise, I would tell you. I can check. You want it for the DIY Hall effect joysticks? Let me look. Hold on. These are permanent risers, guys. Like, you can watch. You can pop these out, Dogwater Champ. Now, these are different. Like, these are the joystick modules. Okay? These are the joystick caps, like the thumbstick caps. So make sure you understand the difference between those two. These are $20. All right? I believe those are $20. These guys, I'd have to check on the prices if you want to install those. Tall FPS risers. Yeah. Here, brother, look. These are the caps that go on them. You see that? Like, you see these guys? See how tall they are? That's part of the interchangeable joystick. You get a set of 6. So the 2 that we have on now are the small concave. You get a tall concave, a tall dome, and then you get the medium domed as well. That's $20. Now, you can send in your controller to us and have it upgraded / repaired. You know, we can install the Hall effect joysticks if you want the interchangeable joysticks. If you want our 8 remappable buttons, you can do that too. Or if you just want this as DIY, you'll have to send us a message. I don't even know if we sell the interchangeable joysticks separately. Maybe we do, but I'd have to take a look at that. We could probably start offering that though. People use dome, right? I know, I only use the concave as well. What would you prefer for a PS4 controller? PS4 controller gamer. Isaac, we don't do anything with PS4 for the time being, aside from install the TMR joysticks. We are going to do that later this year, though. We will do that later this year. All right, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. We are at 8.1 thousand likes. Thank you guys so much. Plenty of new followers, plenty of new people coming in, so we appreciate the love and support from all you gamers. Again, that 10% off code was in chat. If you guys still need that discount code, for sure send us an email on our website with the contact us page. We'll promptly get you the 10% off code for that. You guys put in your orders. Yeah, put in your orders. It'll be done within 2 days, shipped out the 3rd day. Things are very fast, very fast. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Stay safe. God bless, guys. And as I always like to say, gamers, stay golden. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Hasta luego.